swear.
I am so lucky. I have Kristin from Shweshwe Roots, who is joining me today for a interview about her business. So welcome, Kristin.
Hi. Thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me. I'm excited.
No, I'm really excited because for two reasons. It's one, so that the people who are coming on the retreat get to hear a little bit more about your business and get to know you, as well as my audience as well. So first, maybe just tell us a bit about yourself and some of the things that you like to do in your free time.
Okay. So I am originally from South Africa. So I lived in the UK for a while, and then I moved here 5 years ago, Australia, 5 years ago, because I met my husband in the UK and he's from here. I have two little kids, 3 and 6, and so I don't get too much spare time. And to be quite honest, I'm the type of person who really struggles to kind of relax at all. Like, I'm always trying to improve something, whether it's like chalk painting a table or doing something in the garden or whatever. I'm always like on the next. So I know that's bad, and I'm trying to force myself to just switch off and like read a book and things like that and go for a walk and not be thinking the whole time. But I think it helps that my job is creative, so I find a lot of relaxation in what I actually do.
Yeah. So it's like your flow time is that creative things anyway.
Yeah, I just kind of get into a different zone.
Yeah. Fantastic. Oh, thank you. So tell us then about your business then and what you actually do, because there's so many parts to it.
Yeah, it's constantly evolving. 3 years ago, I started, after having my daughter, I started making little fabric covered button earrings with Shweshwe fabric, which is fabric that's bright. It's got patterns. It's all really decorative, and it's from Cape Town, South Africa, where I'm from. So I started doing that, just did a few markets. I just didn't want to go back to work. I used to work at Telstra at that stage. Wasn't my thing. And I wanted to stay at home a bit more, but I wanted to be doing something, and I wanted to help bring in some money. That's just a me thing. So I did that. I did some markets. They went well. And then I kind of just fell in love with what I was doing. I just would go into a different space. It was like my therapy. And then I started playing around with designs and like different ways of doing things. So using glass over fabric and using different things. And it was received well. And then I got a website and just kind of got bigger and bigger. It's not massive. I'd like it to be bigger. I still, then I started recently, did workshops. They went really well. So now I'm doing more workshops. I sell DIY kits. So people can do their own things at home, just because I've seen what it does for other people. And I think that's where I'm going from now. I love making and selling the jewelry, but I'm wanting to teach people more about the benefits of creativity in their lives. So it's constantly evolving. So it's a big mix of stuff.
So when did you start the DIY kits? Was it before COVID or
only
during?
After I did, before.
Was it before COVID started or?
No, it was actually just before. I was renting a studio space locally, and the lady who runs it, because I was worried about paying rent and like committing, and she was like, well, if you do a few workshops, it covers your rent. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to teach people how easy this is, because it's really easy. Like, and then, and who's going to pay like $100 for a workshop? And people did, and they loved it. And so I started doing DIY kits then for them to kind of buy add-ons and take home for their kids. And then, COVID, I think, is when I really thought, this is my thing now. I have to do this now. So I did more and more of those. And now, but I also love the in-person stuff, whether it's virtual or in person, seeing people do it and helping them, and just seeing them go in and go, I'm not creative. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I need your help. And then seeing them, like every single one, come out of there with beautiful piece of jewelry that they are like, oh my God, you know, they just like blown away by. I think
Yeah.
I just what I love.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
they've made it themselves. Yeah.
yeah. And it's not tacky. It's not just a trinket they're going to put in their cupboard. It's useful things and it's beautiful things. So they can match fabric to an outfit or choose things or use images or whatever and make it personal.
I love the part of your business about the sentimental. So maybe it's something you've got lying around that you're just like, you want to get rid of, say, a big piece of material, a t-shirt that you've had for years, but you want to get rid of it, but you just want something
but you just
to
can't
keep.
you
Yes.
can't let it go. And I've done some beautiful like I had a friend whose dad passed away and he was known for wearing Hawaiian shirts, like, you know, tropical. And so I made her, she ordered a beautiful big pendant necklace for herself, her mom and her sister. And each bit had like a different bit of the shirt. So different scene of like palm trees and beach hats and water, you know, but they could get rid of the shirt, but they could have him.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, it's really, I love it. It's just
and use it. Like they've got then that,
yes,
you know, that item that they'll wear, you know, regularly, whereas a shirt, it might have just come out for a dress up or something like that, or on a special occasion. So yeah, it's beautiful. I love that upcycling. I think that was the biggest thing that when I read your stuff, I was like, oh my God, I love what you're doing. And that ability to upcycle, as well as just the flow time. Being able to have you on the retreat is perfect, because I've tried to have the like, you know, the wellness side, as in that you know, the movement, but I love the creative side is really a big part of our wellness, and get that flow time and time to rest. And a lot of people who do have come in the past have been oh, I'm not creative and I can't do that, because I've had several things that I've had the surprise and delight, I like to call the other activities. And and so it's great to have that creative side, because they're always then really proud of what they did. I mean, even dancing. So we had a burlesque dancer 2 years ago, and that was beautiful because they were like, oh, I loved it, even though I was so worried about how I was going to perform and you know do it.
No, and everyone is creative. Like we're born, if you think about it, you think about your kids, they're creative. It's only when I've like looked into it in myself, and it's only when I started kind of becoming an adult, becoming responsible, you know, having big problems or whatever you want to, you know, that I thought were big problems, you know, that you kind of creativity, like it becomes a treat. It's like a novelty. Whereas actually, as soon as I started putting it back into like, and it's still a challenge. You still have to, you know, your kids want to paint, and then you're like, really? Like, but it's still a challenge. But I know that when we are creative, everything else just kind of is better.
Yes, isn't it? Yeah, no, definitely it is, because it's filling your cup. It's
that's it. It's like
time,
a tool,
isn't it? Yeah, definitely. So you touched on, so maybe go back about the fabrics as well, because I'm really interested. Is it only in Cape Town that the fabrics are found, and what are they made out of?
So it's cotton. It's cotton, and it's, oh, I should have got some to show you, but
that's right.
No, I can't now. But it's all different colors and patterns, bright, bold, and it's used in the traditional South African clothes for big occasions. So things like weddings and things. So it's beautiful. And I bought some over after I got married, and I had all these little pieces, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to make a cushion cover. I'm going to do this. And got a sewing machine that I don't know how to use. And so that's how the earrings kind of happen. But it's, and it's known as the denim of South Africa, because it's just so versatile and beautiful and unique, and it's beautiful. I should have bought some to show you. Sorry.
That's all right. No, but people can go onto your website and have a look at that. So what is it that you love most about your business?
Well, it used to be that I can be creative, and that every day, like I can create something new every day, and it's unique. Not one pair of earrings is the same, because you placing the glass or making the button or whatever with a different piece of the same fabric, but it's always going to be different. But now it's moving more towards just seeing what it does for other people. So I've done workshops where I'm very open about the fact that I've struggled with depression and anxiety, and I still kind of do. And I'm very open in my workshops about how it helps me just like calm. And I've had quite a few people come to me after workshops or message me saying, you know, they really struggle and they find that it really helps them. I've had women who have done my workshops more than once, who have now make jewelry at home as a calming activity, who doing my one workshop has kind of sparked it's just sparked a realization in them that creativity helps your mental health.
Yeah.
And I think to me that's really important, because being someone who has struggled and does struggle, it's crap. And that's here's a solution or a tool to help.
Yeah. I love that. That's a tool for you to use when you are struggling. So how often would you pull it out and just do it when it's just you for creative rather than business purposes? Because I'm sure it is harder, isn't it?
It is hard, but I've got it. I had a studio space and now it's back in my house, which is not as good, because I want to do it all the time. So I see it and I want to do it. And I don't often just do it for fun, but I will be so I've started now to make sure I do get creative and do make jewelry making kind of every week. I've started market days on my website every Sunday. So every Sunday I'll put some new items on. So that encourages me throughout the week to make a few unique things.
Yeah.
So I've done that more for myself, because otherwise I just want to teach it and not make as much. And I don't want to lose the making. So
that's beautiful. So you actually have that opportunity to make, sort of, find that time to make it, but then, you get that added bonus of being able to sell it at the end, and someone else gets to have that beautiful creation.
Yeah.
Do you find people then they buy it from you and then they decide, actually, when they get it and have a look at it, they're like, actually, I wouldn't mind making it? Do you find?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I can imagine that happening.
But there are a lot of people who just want to buy, and that's fine. But a lot of people aren't and it's not difficult to do. That's what I keep saying. It's really not difficult. So anyone can do it. And that's why I want kids to do it, and anyone can do it.
Yeah. And so what do you use? So maybe just to explain a little bit about the process, what they actually do.
I either use self-covering buttons, so you cover the button in fabric, or I use little glass domes, which I use a glaze on and I put over the fabric or over the paper or over the ashes or whatever. I mean, I've done it with kids' artwork. Oh my God, there's just so many options. It's just and then once that's kind of dry, you're just basically gluing it into a base.
Yeah.
It's so not difficult. And the thing is, it's just so unique, and there's so many things you can do with it.
Yeah, I love that opportunity. And that's another one I hadn't even thought of, that kids artwork. We have but what a great way to keep it.
I don't know, they come home with all these pictures and you're like, really? Like, I've got box loads because I'm not a hoarder, but really sentimental. And I'm just so I'll take a dome and, make a pair of studs from my 3-year-old straw, because it's in nice colors, and why not? And then she's happy, and then I can kind of bin the picture.
Beautiful. You're allowed to bin the picture. You've got some bit of it still. And do you get comments then when you're wearing bits like that with your kids?
I do. And I've had and it's also good for the kids to see, but it's also good for them to do themselves. Like over this whole ISO period, we made, really painted a few things, and then we put glitter, and then we did this and that, and then he made his own bookmark, and then he made his own key ring. And So it's kind of a pride thing for them as well, that that's what they can do with their own stuff, not just with fabric or a picture of Minecraft, but, you know, their own stuff.
Yeah, beautiful. It's such a great role model. You're like such a great role model to both your children, teaching them, you know, this lovely skill.
Yeah, with that.
As well.
With other things, I'm not. with that, I am. I try to make up for other things by being creative with them.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. It's such a great thing that you're teaching them, as well as upcycling their things and being able to give them to other people, that it's that creative side that we need to do to help with our own health and wellness as well. So maybe give us a little bit of the products and services you offer, and where people can find you.
Okay, so I make earrings, so you can buy earrings or necklaces or key rings or bookmarks, millions of things from me, and I can make to order. So I also do custom orders, where if you're going to a wedding and you have your dress and you'd like something in the same kind of tone, or your wedding party. So I do custom orders. I also do jewelry with ashes or photographs or whatever. But the point is, I also sell DIY kits, so you can do it perfectly on your own. And then I do workshops virtually more at the moment, but hopefully more in person soon. And I am running a course. I don't know what's next.
I love that entrepreneurial energy about what's next. Not sure yet. We'll just see what happens.
I mean, I kind of know, but a different thing every month. I think I'm going to go for more. So kids classes as well. So next term I'm running kids classes where it's such good value. They get a massive kit of creative bits. It's $200 for 10 virtual classes in a group environment. And it's not just jewelry making. We're going to do like a creative activity, and from that make jewelry or make a key ring or whatever. And then if you wanted to add on kids, so one kid would be $200, and then two children would be $250. So it's
that's good.
Really
great value.
and you're at home. So
I love that kids one, because we're so, like, our activities are so uncertain. We don't know what's going to happen really next year, do we? Online's not going to change. That's going to still be there. No. So it's a great.
And you can get on with your own stuff while they, you know, I can supervise. I mean, you may need to be around, but you know, I can virtually guide them through everything in a group environment, which will be challenging but good. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, that sounds good, because I know with my son's, you know, speech and psychology appointments that have been online, I can still be in the kitchen doing things, have to be in earshot that is doing the right thing and not putting the speaker off or something, but it has given me time. So I could see that being a really great value for parents. Well, so where can they find you? Like online, Facebook's, Instagram?
Yes, so I've got Facebook, so it's just facebook.com/ you can just write Shweshwe Roots. And then Instagram's the same, and then my website is www.shweshweroots.com. So you may have to
I'll share those links. No, I'll definitely share that, but it's nice to hear it from you as well. Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining me, Kristin, and I'm really excited about having you on the retreat this year. And but thanks again for sharing all about your business and how it can help people tap into their creative side.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks so much.